So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Okay, it's talking about Alexander the Greek, man. All right, or Alexander the Crete, what we call it. All right. Right. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bear rule, everyone in his place. Okay. So all his servants, right after Alexander died, since he didn't have any children, all right, all his servants, right, which were his generals, they became rulers of different parts of that region. All right, they had Ptolemy, they had Cassander, all right, they had Lysimachus, all right, they had Seleucus, all right. Those are the 4 generals of Alexander. Okay, so this is going into Greek history, man, and we know that the first, the so-called Greeks, at least the ones that I'm talking about here, were so-called white people. We know that, right? Alexander the Greek was an Edomite, was a so-called white man, right? All right. And keep in mind that we mentioned what? The border of wickedness, that the wicked would be ruling, right? Perfect. And his servants bear rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth, man. All right. So we know that those Edomites, these people that were ruling, after they ruled, that evils were multiplied, man. Or wickedness was multiplied on the planet. Okay, so that's going back to Job 9 and 24. That's going back to Malachi, the 1st chapter, right, where it said what? That the wicked would be ruling. All right, and he called Esau the border of wickedness, man. So we know that the Edomites are ruling, man. All right, you can't run away from that. You got to embrace that. All right, you so-called white people have to embrace that you are Edomites according to the Bible. You have to embrace that, okay? Because the proof is so clear, okay? They're just talking about Alexander the Greek right here, man. And what did it say about him? It said that after he died, his 4 generals, all right, Cassander, Lysimachus, Ptolemy, Seleucus, they all put crowns upon their heads. And then what? Evils were multiplied on the planet. That goes back to Malachi, the 1st chapter, where it said that they shall call them the border of wickedness. That's how we know the so-called white man is the devil, man. All right, he's the wicked. It says it in the Bible, man. Because you people don't know how to read properly, you guys can't, really, because the Spirit's not dealing with you. All right, you need somebody to break it down to. All right? But this is how we know who we are, according to the Bible, that we're Israelites. All right? And that the so-called white man's the Edomites, man. And he's the devil, man. All right? Let me get this, and another thing too, man. You can't just look at somebody, right, and necessarily and say that they're an Edomite, right? That's because he might look like a so-called white man, but he might be an Israelite, right? Why? Because what? Our people were scattered amongst all these people, man. Like we say, we always go into the fact that we were scattered amongst these different nations, okay? So we have Israelites that look like Chinese people. We got Israelites that look like so-called white people, man. We got Israelites that look like so-called Polynesians, man. All right? Because we were scattered. That was one of the curses, okay? So this is a spiritual thing, man. It's deeper than just the way someone looks, man. It's deeper than that. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual battle against from Esau and Jacob, man. All right? Okay, because since what? We were ruling the Dark Age. We go to the history, we were ruling Europe for 1,000 years. So we know that what? We left seed in that place, man. We have children that look like these different nations, but they're actually part of us, man. I'll give you an example, man, through the Spirit. Conor McGregor, man. That's an Israelite, man. He's one of us, man. He looks like a so-called white man, but you can tell by the way he acts that he's an Israelite. Okay? That's just an example. All right? But either way, man, if you're an Edomite, you're done, man. Okay? But Esau isn't determined just by looks. It's determined by the spirit within a person. Because there's black Edomites, man. There's Edomites that are so-called black Edomites, all right? Edomites with dark skin. Because what was happening, man? During this time of slavery, the so-called white man was raping our women, all right? And having children by them, man. So we know that there's going to be different, our people are going to look like different nations, man. All right? We know that. But anyways, man, I just want to put that out there. But we have to establish who the Edomites would be in general, man. All right? Because we know that the Edomites are ruling. We know that these banking families, those are Edomites. They know that they're Edomites. They know they descend from the man named Esau. Okay? But guess what? They don't want it. That's the main thing they want to hide from the people. Because being an Edomite, the people, if the people knew that they were Edomites and they're ruling the earth, the people would be in an uproar, man. Okay? Because they'll read the scriptures. They'll be like, wait a minute, Esau's the devil, man. All right? And they'll never trust them to do business with them. All right? And they'll just try and take them out of power. You know how crazy Ishmael is. Ishmael will go crazy and start blowing up everything, man. All right? But that's why they try and hide their nationality, man. To make you think, that they're not those people. Okay? But if your eyes are open, you can clearly see that those are the Edomites, man. I mean, the proof, the scripture says it clearly.